Alien below SCNTSTCES. From a scientific and logical point of view, aliens are not like what people imagine and see in movies. Hollywood always exaggerates what happens in reality. Typically little blue friends from a distant planet in space they call alien. These aliens are always ugly, big, slimy, and belligerent, but they, like humans, must obey the laws of nature. Here are the characteristics of aliens from the perspective of scientists. 2. Discover. Any form of life that comes to Earth is basically to be discovered first. Finding new civilizations. Humans will also explore and learn their resources, just like how Columbus discovered America, Marco Polo discovered the East Indies, or the Vikings discovered Europe. According to astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, aliens are likely to look for other planets to colonize or exploit resources there. They will not come to destroy us, but most likely they will find ways to exploit what is beneficial in a technological race with other civilizations. This is also a trend of the developing species. 3. Viruses and bacteria that transmit disease. Aliens have never been exposed to microbes on Earth and probably won't have immunity to some of the mildest human diseases. Just look at the invading pilgrims. How smallpox and typhus have decimated them in the many wars of human history. However, the possibility that bacteria and viruses have been naturally selected to cause disease in certain organisms, limited by specific types of DNA, cannot be excluded. Really, for example, diseases in animals can be transmitted to humans and vice versa, so the aliens can invade the Earth without being completely immune to many human diseases. 3. Viruses and bacteria that transmit disease. Aliens have never been exposed to microbes on Earth and probably won't have immunity to some of the mildest human diseases. Just look at the invading pilgrims. How smallpox and typhus have decimated them in the many wars of human history. However, the possibility that bacteria and viruses have been naturally selected to cause disease in certain organisms, limited by specific types of DNA, cannot be excluded. Really, for example, diseases in animals can be transmitted to humans and vice versa, so the aliens can invade the Earth without being completely immune to many human diseases. 4. Don't eat humans. A scary thought is that alien will keep us captive for meat, but that is unlikely with a race high-tech enough for space travel, which has certainly minimized the nutritional needs of living things. A trip for hundreds of years can raise livestock to eat, but it will have to have a sustainable food production plan over time. Moreover, the digestive systems of organisms whose evolutionary levels are too far apart will not allow digestion with the proteins and nutrients found on strange planets. 5. Infinite carnage. How many people have moved to a new house and discovered that insects, flies and mosquitoes have invaded the whole house before? How many of us will smack each of us with sticks or use poison spray to kill them all in a matter of minutes? Aliens too, they are advanced species, will be willing to use technology to their advantage to wipe out life on the planet they want to use for their own purposes. Forget about flying saucers in the sky and shoot lasers like in the movies. In real life, they have a way to make humans evaporate in the blink of an eye. 6. Count of giant insects. Many people imagine that alien resembles an insect on Earth, but that's ridiculous. It was the fear of insects that implanted this thought in their heads more than the fear of flying saucers shooting lasers. In fact, the insect body structure only works well when it is small in size. There is not enough oxygen in the blood for them to grow larger. In prehistoric times, when the air was abundant with oxygen, insects and reptiles grew to incredible sizes, but insects alone reached just over 1 meter. Images of giant cockroaches and insects crushing houses will never appear on Earth. 7. Doesn't take on human form. Common in movies, aliens are very human-like except for the silver or blue paint on their skin. Star Trek is the best example. Humans are unique and valuable products on Earth because they have evolved to adapt. We stand upright to observe further, 5-fingered hand with opposite thumb for easy manipulation, better climbing on trees. But surely every planet has trees and aliens don't need to climb trees like humans. The shape can't be like us. There's no way of knowing exactly what the aliens look like, but they certainly had developed skulls and the ability to hunt. They also developed sensory organs and must have basic senses, mouth, eyes, ears, feet to move. 8. Language and script. A developed civilization must communicate. Like humans, aliens will exchange complex theories and take notes to pass on to the next generation through learning. Without language, the written word could not escape its personal confines. But how do two distinct species understand each other? Depending on their habitat, The sound waves may not be the same as on Earth. It is also possible that they will use vibrational waves through a special sense, even as Hollywood wants us to believe. They communicate telepathically. It has not been proven, but in the future it may be the result of a technological device. 9. No superpower. Aliens will not be as standard and sublime as the movie. Aliens can't have superpowers. When they reach the level of technological proficiency necessary for space exploration, they abandoned the violent intentions, muscular strength from thousands of years ago. They would have evolved to use energy and muscle to a minimum. Consuming large amounts of energy requires a larger body and requires more nutrition, which is contrary to progressive evolution. Despite its small form, Alien can still take advantage of technology to travel to distant planets. A progressive culture does not require influencing its surroundings on its own. They have enough tools to increase their stamina or movement speed.